Hello, I just wanted to hop on here real quick and give you a little background information as to why, the inspiration for the song Yahya as opposed to Yeshua came about. I was on a journey to figure out what is the real name of God and our Savior, Jesus, going back to Paleo Hebrew. So I was on this journey and had some awesome people on the same journey with me from my ecclesia group. And so I'm going to start off with the Ahayah part, which is the name for God. So going back to Exodus chapter 3, verse 13, it says, "Then Moses said to God, 'Indeed, when I come to the children of Israel and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they say to me, what is his name? What shall I say to them?' And God said to Moses, 'I am who I am.' And he said, 'Thus you shall say to the children of Israel, I am has sent me to you.'" So we get the name of our Father in heaven. His name is I am, right here. So going into the Paleo Hebrew, on this journey to kind of get rid of like any pagan names and things like that, because some stuff's been compromised on our word over the years, I have found this Yasha Ahayah Bible Scriptures Aleph Tav. Okay, and this is where they've taken out all the pagan names out of our Bible that should have never been put in there and went back to the original translations. So in here we have Ahayah as God the Father, and Father is Haya or Ahayah in Paleo Hebrew, and that is I am. Okay, so we've got that part, but then it goes into the name that we call our Savior, and we know him as Jesus. And so upon this journey, I discovered that the letter J didn't even exist in the Hebrew alphabet until 500 years ago. So what was his real name if it wasn't Jesus? Okay, because the Yeshua, so if the letter J didn't exist till then, what was the name before that? So anyways, back on this journey, there's a whole thing, and I'm not going to read it all, but basically Yasha means Savior, and is also called Yeshaya or Yeshaya for our Savior. Both names have Haya in them, fulfilling John 5:43, and both have the same name. So the Father's name, Ahayah, can be found in Exodus 3:14, and but there is two more verses where Ahayah is mentioned. And then Exodus 3:14 also gives his Codez name, Codez, holy, I am that I am, which is Ahayah, Ashar, Ahayah. So going back to Jesus, where I went from Yeshua to Yeshaya, knowing that God is faithful, he's faithful. If you say the name Jesus, there's power in his name, and the Lord is so faithful to use whatever we have, because he knows our hearts. He knows the intents of our hearts. So don't feel condemned because you're saying Jesus. This is just something that I personally was on a journey to, and I was like, I want to get back to the original as I know to be, of the name for my Savior, and that's Yesha. Yeah. So that's what I did in the recording, and that was the inspiration of the song Yeshaya. And it was actually done, I want to say it was originally recorded in Spanish. I could be wrong, but nonetheless, I found it, fell in love with it, and decided, you know what? I feel led to release this song as Yeshaya, and I hope it blesses you. So that's a little history of how that song came about, and why I changed the name from Yeshua to Yeshaya, and that is all. Hope you have a blessed evening.